Hi, good evening. Welcome to our final show for Wednesday. We've got some storage solutions for you, which is really great. We've got some a couple of extra deals for you today in this hour as well, which is very exciting because I love storage. I love organising. It's 3 different hobbies, isn't it? So it's buying craft stuff, that's one hobby. Organising it is definitely another one. And using it, we get around to after we've done the first 2, don't we? Right, so let me introduce you to the team, all-female team tonight. We've got Sam on cameras. We've got Hannah. So anything could happen, I'm not going to lie. Hannah in the production chair. Random crazy woman, but we love her to bits. And then you've got me for an hour as well. So first of all, let me tell you where you can watch us and how you can shop. So you can watch us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and on our website, which is highlightcrafts.com. If you're going to shop on either of our social platforms, we're going to show you a product and that product will have a code. And what you're going to do is type shop and then that code into the comments when you're ready to purchase that item. You're then going to get a message to your social media inbox that says thank you for your order, because we appreciate every single one of you. And in that message there will be a link. When you're ready to turn those goodies into Happy Post, we love Happy Post, don't we? I love it when it comes up the drive, the postman arrives. All you're going to do is log into your account and check out. Now, if you haven't got an account with us yet here at Highlight Crafts, please open one. It's free, as you would expect it to be, but it automatically makes you a club member, which is also free, which means on every order, including your first order, you get extra discounts, loyalty points, and on a basket spend over £35 you get free shipping. So it's all the benefits and none of the bad stuff, which is great. Make sure you're logging in first. You have to log in your account to be able to then get those benefits, so make sure that you're doing that. If you're going to shop with us on our website, which is highlightcrafts.com, the easiest ways to do it, this is what I do when I'm at home. I put it on YouTube on my TV, and then I watch it on my device and I shop on my device rather. If you go on the website, all the codes will be down the side, so you'll have all the products down the side, and all you're going to do is click add to basket to those items that you want to buy. Once you've done that, you'll get a little red shopping bag appear at the top, and when you want to turn your goodies into Happy Post, click on that basket and that will take you to checkout. Again, log in and then you get those benefits. Right, now then, we've got 3 clues. Hannah thinks she's funny. She's not. Because she's given me instructions along with the clues. All right, so you've got to guess the animal. I came up with the animal, so it's my fault. But you've got to join in with me if I'm going to do this. Right, so clue number 1. These animals are found in Borneo and Sumatra. In fact, there is a sanctuary for them in Borneo. That's not the funny bit. Wait till I get to question number 2. Clue number 2. Come with me. Let's have a look at this. Let's get started. Now then, this is the most boring looking product we'll ever sell you here at Highlight Crafts. But you know what? It's blinking brilliant. And the reason it's brilliant is it's going to save you a small fortune. So we have got this lovely little bag. Black and grey bag. You can store your reflections in there, store your papers in there, use it for whatever you want. You could use some of the fabric paints that David brought you from Cadence and some stencils and stencil it up if that's what you want to do. But this is the bit that I get really excited about. So you're going to get, it's mad, isn't it? If I took this home and went, Mick, this is one of the best products we sell, I'd be like, what? You're going to get 250 of these A4 wallets, okay? So they're open at the top. You can use a sealer, you know, like the bag sealers they get for the freezer. You can use those to seal them. So if you want to use them for storage, absolutely. But the reason I bought these, and I did buy them, is this. First of all, they're super strong. So there's no way at all that they are tearing. They're seamed at the bottom. They're not seamed at the sides. So they're not going to split at the sides. Now, a few years ago, there was a product came out of the CHA trade show called Cut Tidy, and I'm sure most of you have had it at some point or another. And it's a brilliant product, and it kind of blew the minds of all the crafters, because if you've got really detailed dies, or you want to cut a lot of dies at once on one plate, you would put all your dies in, put your card on, put a piece of cut tidy on it, and it would act as a shim. And because it's plastic and the cutting edge on a die is raised and it works on pressure, it's not sharp, it stretches the plastic rather than cutting it. So it was $9.99 for 5 A4 sheets, okay? And you'd use it till it dropped to bits. It would do hundreds and hundreds of cuts, so it's well worth the money. However, I went to my local carpet shop and I said to them, have you got any of that plastic that you wrap your carpets in? And they went, yeah. So can I buy a metre? And he looked at me like I had two heads. Well, it's fine, it's for crafting. He was like, okay. And I bought some. And then when these came in, it's a very similar product. So 250 of these, cut them in half this way. So you're getting 500 A5 sheets. They're doubled up, so keep them doubled up. This will replace your cut tidy. So if you're getting 500 A5, so 250 A4 sheets would be, you got 5 in a packet, so you get 50 packs, that would be £500. £500 you would pay for cut tidy. Or you can buy these, cut them in half, shop pocket, $12.99. You take your pick. It's brilliant. And do you know what's really interesting? I knew it was good, but actually we had a lady bring one of our Pro Cuts back the other week because she couldn't get it to work with a 3D embossing folder. We worked it out for her, it was fine. But she came and she had a tattered lace die, and it was a big die and it was full of detail. And there was one little tiny patch that she couldn't quite get to cut. So I came downstairs, got one of these, went upstairs, put it through. We ran it through with a little piece of paper that we'd torn to get rid of that little area that we just wouldn't get there. She was happy with that. Then I put it through again with this. The difference that it made in the depth of that emboss, you know, when you get that slight bevel on a die, the difference this made was amazing. And then she said, well, how many dies could I put on a plate at once? I said, you can fill your plate now because you've got this. So Shop Pocket will get you 250 of those. Keep it doubled up. That's how it works the best. Plus the bag for $12.99. I mean, why would you not? And even if you've got a load, stock up, because we don't know. This isn't a regular stock item that we order continuously. We get it when they've got it in stock. So absolutely, this is just brilliant. Right, let me find, there's a comment on here. Crafty Lou. Oh, Crafty Lou, the pockets are brilliant. Bought them 2 months ago. Still only on my first half pocket as cut tidy. Now, Crafty Lou's our Lou Patton, right? Yeah. So she's on our DT. Imagine how much die cutting she does in 2 months. Still on the first half. Isn't that amazing? Daphne Rogers says, cut tidy is still expensive, Mel. I know because I buy them. Not anymore. I use Polly Pockets. Well done, Daphne. Apparently it's cold where you are. A bit snowy. I know. I really want to go to Canada. Really want to go to Canada. Canada and New Zealand are on my bucket list, I think. So you never know, Daphne, if you get a knock on your door. If you ever want a one-to-one on anything, let me know. Right, next one. Now we have this lovely little set of true drawers. You would have seen David using this the other day when we did the Crackle show. It's from Creative. It's raw wood, so it means that you can varnish it. You can use your waxes on there, use your paints on there. You can do your pyrography on here. It has these two lovely little drawers. This would be lovely done in rice papers and then gilding waxes round the edges, or it would look stunning in your diamond paints. Use your gold leaf, stencil it, all those different things. If you want one of those, I just think it's really sweet. Limited stock now. Shop drawer, as in DRAWER, $10.99 will get you that. Nice, isn't it nice? It's a nice little knick-knack drawer. I like things like that. Now then, this one back here is incredible value for money. I'm going to bring it forward, Sam, and then you're not reaching over, bless you. You're going to get 2 of these, okay? Miniatures display unit. I love this. Now, I worked out the other day, you're going to get those 2 and these 2, right? So you can have advent calendars with these. So each little opening, each little aperture in these shelves can have a number, and every morning or every evening you go and put an extra little treat in one of the houses. So decorate them up with your Christmas papers, put your numbers on, maybe cut them out of vinyl and number all the little apertures, and then these can be your last two, 24 and 25. Aren't they cute? And I love these because look, watch, ready? How cute is that? I think these are lovely, and rice paper's all painted, so rice paper on the outside, paint it on the inside, get a little battery tea light and pop them in there. How cute would that be? Number 24 and number 25 for your advent calendar. So you're going to get two of those and two of these. This is crazy value for money, so if you want them, grab them. It's Shop House, $9.99. 20% of these are allocated and in people's baskets. I'm not surprised. They've even got the little hooks on, so if you want to put them on the wall, you can. Maybe you're into your little tiny miniatures or small pieces of artwork. Absolutely do that. Use your scan and cut to create the shapes. Okay, I've been teaching you how to divide shapes. If you go back to yesterday's show, I was teaching you how to create mat layers for the windmill and showed you how to get rid of the tabs and all the rest of it, so you could do that with this. But I think they're really super. I love them. I just think they're super cute. You could even put photographs in if you wanted to. 25% of these is now allocated. I'm not surprised. So these have got a slight varnish to them, so definitely not pyrography on these, but you could do them on those. But I just think that as your advent calendar on a shelf with some lovely decorative elements for Christmas around them. I think they're super cute. Get the faux snow on them and decorate them up. I think they're lovely. Shop House will get you both of those and the two drawers for $9.99. I mean, that's crazy value, isn't it? But I like the idea of these with the little tea lights in. Obviously not real ones, just saying. Right, now then, you will have seen me use boxes like this for years. This is what I used to put all my Quirky Bird die cuts in, and I love these because they're, first of all, they're made in the UK, so we've got to support our own industry. We've just got to. It's the law now, I've decided. We got rid of all the manufacturing, didn't we, and sent it abroad, and now we need to bring it back again. So we're getting two of these. What I really love about these is they're static, so you haven't got those pieces that slot in. You know, when you put all your little bits and bobs, like your brads and your safety pins and all your paper clips and all that kind of thing, all your die cuts, all your beads, whatever it is, and they go underneath those compartments. And then you have to, I know, Hannah, right? You have to sit there and sew all the colours out again. It drives you crazy. These are actually moulded into them. They've got really nice clips to them, and the reason we got these in was because when we were doing the Sospeso Trasparente the other week, which hoping we're going to get back in stock next week, and some new goodies, I had them in a box. I brought a box from home and I had them in, and I said to Stephanie, if we can get something like this, this is going to be brilliant, because you could have one of them with all the pieces cut out, and then you could have the other one when they're all shaped. And you'll fit quite a lot in these compartments as well, which is great. They're really well hinged. They've got a nice clip to them as well. Super sturdy. I mean, they really are very, very well made. Shop Hobby, you get both of them for $24.99. That's a cracking price. I love boxes like this because it organises. Gone? Gone. Well done. All allocated. Well done. Good, isn't it? Love stuff like this. Right, I'm going to jump to this next, because this, I still can't, I must have done these 4 or 5 times now. I still can't get my head around the price because it's mad. Right, I'm going to take you over to the door because I want you to see this, because this is blinking brilliant. I bought some last time these were on. I got them for the back of Jack's bedroom door, back of Alice's. Got one for Matthew, one for Sammy. We've got 3 in our house. This is, so you get the hooks, and they've got the professional eyelets put into the top. This is like a really good quality. I mean, it's thick. This is a really good quality, almost like a tent canvas, but a little bit thicker. And it's got 10 pockets. Now, if you can put 12 by 12 in here, and you can see all your colours of card down there. But the other thing you could use them for, weekends away, going on holiday, this will flat pack into your suitcase. You can have your hairdryer, your hair straighteners, your hot brush, your makeup brushes, your deodorant, your makeup, all of these different things. There's 10 pockets on each one, right? Now, if I said to you that was $10.99, that's a great price, because the quality of this is absolutely exceptional, and I wouldn't tell you that if it wasn't true. It's blinking, they're flipping brilliant, they are. These would be great for Hannah, for Ruben and Darius in the bedroom with all the toys and stuff in, and it's absolutely fabulous. Or you can put all your cardstock in. Entirely up to you. They hook over the door, so you get the hooks that come with them. Brilliant quality, but you're not getting one for $10.99. You're not getting two either. You're getting 3 of them, which I think is absolutely crazy value for money. They are so well made. They're fabulous. They're from a brand called Hippo Creation, and you get 3 of them flat packed like this for $10.99. Honestly, these super. I would have expected them to be like, you know, this will take me back. You know the plastic that Wendy houses used to be made out of? Do you remember that? I could.
Like pressed along the seams and then it would rip open.
It was, yeah. And you used to go into this plastic Wendy house in 1976 when it was the hottest summer. Guess who got chicken pox? The redhead with the freckles. I know. And you go into the Wendy, I can smell it now. I can smell that smell. That's what I would have expected it to be made out of. 3 of them for $10.99. Absolutely not. This is a superb quality product. We've had these and we've sold them out time and time again. Shop wall, $10.99. You've got £11.48 saving on this, and you're getting 3 of them. They're fabulous. Absolutely fabulous.
We had a question, how wide are the hooks, please?
How wide are the hooks? Oh, I can open that, show you. That's easy. They've gone over our door, which is an average fire door. So that bit goes through the eyelet from the back, and then the hooks, I'm going to say they are, let's have a thing, that's probably about 1.5 inches. I haven't got a ruler in here, I don't think. I've got a ruler, I've got a mat. I tell you, crafters. Right, let's have a look. So I'm going to say that is 4.5 centimetres, so not far off 2 inches. If I do inches on this side, you'll be able to see it's about just over 1 3/4 inches. So from inside to inside, I'm going to say 1 3/4 inches. They're brilliant. They fit over your average door. I have these at home. Matthew has them at home. They fit over all our doors. You're getting 3 hooks in each one because you've got those 3 eyelets. When you get them home, you'll be blown away by the quality. They really are fabulous. And you need that, don't you? Because it's the weight. So you need to have that. I had all the 12 by 12s in the other day, and I put 5 sheets in each. I could have probably put 20 in each, and it would have held it. Really, really good. So Shop Wall will get you 3 of those for $10.99. Now then, we've got some wallets that are die storage for you. Let's do clue number 2, shall we? This is where it gets funny. So, I didn't even know what this meant, but clue 2, classified in the genus Pongo. Right, Sam? Sam's just gone to Hannah.
I don't even think I've heard that word. That's what it said on the internet.
Is that what it said on the internet? And you believed it? You should know better. You should know better. We had one person the other day was not being very nice to us, and Stephanie said, "Why are you being like this?" She said, "Because Facebook says I can." I was like, "Oh, well, I can then." Just because you can doesn't mean you should, right? Right, so number 2, classified in the genus Pongo. I don't know. I have no words, really. Right, wallets for your die storage, or your stamp storage, or your stencil storage. Yes, Hannah? Yes?
If you were to relate that to the human species,
Right.
we are the genus Homo, as in Homo sapien, not... Sam, stop it. Stop it, everybody.
You didn't think before you put your mouth into gear then, did you?
Do I ever?
Well, no, true. Fair enough.
That's what we are. Homo sapiens.
Homo sapiens. Oh, there's a lot I could say, but I'm not going to. Right, next. So, A4 die storage wallets. These are brilliant. Look at these. So, they open here. So you can get your stencils in here, you can get your dies in here. So you're going to get 4 of whatever you choose in one packet. Now they're not as sturdy as those, so definitely not for using these with your cut for you instead of your cut tidy. But these are a great idea. Does it tell me how many I'm going to get? 40. 40 of them. Shop wallet, $8.99. If you want to get organised, even if it's your scraps of card. You know, all those scraps that we have left over, bits of vinyl, all that kind of stuff, your pet sheets that we were printing on, your extra little bits of film of your Transparente, anything that you need to go into something and be organised, this is brilliant. Maybe you get your reflection sheets and you cut them all up into pieces. That's what I do. Rather than keep running the same sheet through over and over again, I just cut round and put the die on them. This is going to be brilliant for that. So shop wallet, you're going to get 40 of these. And they've got the holes for any type of ring binder you can possibly imagine. I should imagine on there. 40 of them for $8.99. That's great. If you really want to get organised, that's going to be a cracker for you. Now then, this amazing value. I had these on the other week and they were not this price. In fact, they were almost double this price because you're saving £19.97 and you're spending $19.99. So if you want incredibly good quality die storage, I'm going to open one of these and show you. Shop Mega is going to get you a pack of the small wallets, which will fit our smaller dies in. They didn't have to go to the trouble of doing this, foiling Craftmaster brand, but we did because it looks nice in your craft room. You've got your different holes in there again. They're double pressed, so that is super, super, super strong. You can get quite a lot in there without it putting strain on there. And then they also have this lovely little fastener that literally just slots into place like that. So you're going to get 10 of these, 10 of the small ones, and the sizes of these is 119 millimeters by 157 millimeters. So you're going to get 10 of that one. You're then going to get 8 of the medium, which are great. You're also going to get 6 of your large, so for your bigger dies. And then you're going to get 4 of your extra large. So 4, 10, 18, 28 wallets. Shop Mega, $19.99. This is when you stock up. Now, I'm going to be really honest with you. This is the boring bit of craft, isn't it? But how amazing is it when you've got all your folders all the way across your shelves and they're all organised and they're all in wallets. So what I do with mine, because I have these at home, is I print off my reflections, put them in there, and then I put my die in there, and then any die cuts so that everything's together. So if I want to do an anniversary card and I want to do 2 red robins and I want Tender Love, I go to the file that says Tender Love, open it out, everything I need is in one place. When we go into our craft room, we don't go in our craft room to spend half an hour looking for the stuff. We go into the craft room to go and breathe and be creative. That's why we craft in the first place, to get that escapism that is craft. Having everything organised makes such a difference. It's crazy. So when we've got these on, literally more or less half price, bar a penny, this absolutely is the way forward, and they're superbly made. And the reason that they're made really well is twofold. First of all, we use them. So we want our storage to be really good because we're in and out of those wallets all the time. But also we want you to have the best. There's no point, as soon as we make an inferior product and everyone goes, oh yeah, well they said these were really good and they're not, that's it, it's over. So if you want those, Shop Mega, $19.99. Now then, tomorrow morning, got a lovely day tomorrow, starting off with Cadence, but Stephanie and I have candle making. Now I was looking at these before and I thought these would be great. Wouldn't these be fabulous as candles? Because you could put your rice papers on the outside. So David's just done his first Cadence Club class and it was all about glass. So go and have a look at if you're not in the club, you can join Shop Cadence. It's $29.99 for 3 months. And every month you will get a class with David online, which is fab. more often than not you'll get a download, and the first class that he did was glass. So these are going to be fabulous. You get 6 of them with the little lids. Maybe you make jams, you know, maybe you make marmalades and or chutneys, things like that, and instead of having a big pot that will go off, you just have little jars of them. I think it would make a lovely gift, that, if you did that. But I also think as candles they'd look lovely. 6 of them, shop jar, $8.99. That's a great price, and they are glass, and they've got the nice black tops, so you can always change the colour, paint them if you want to, but I think that's lovely. Comes in its own little storage box too. I like that. I like stuff like that when it comes properly packaged. Shop jar, $8.99. Right, now then, this is a cracker. Fancy some watercolour pencils? I love the box on this. I just love the colours that they've done in it. This is from Jabina London. They're watercolour pencils in a case, and you've got, how lovely is that? And again, really nice quality canvas. It's even supported in the spine, which is great. Let's have a look at this. I used to love first day of a new term because I'd get new pencils and they were all the same height, and I'd open the tin, and me and my dad, because my dad was obsessed with pencils as well, we both got that smell of brand new pencils. Look at that. How lovely are they? So you can use them directly onto watercolour card and then drag the colour out, or you can, if you're careful, pick the colour up from the lead. Try not to get the wood bit wet because that will then soak into the pencil, but you can pick it up and then use it to watercolour with. I think it's a lovely little gift, this. Shop pencil, $9.99 for 24 watercolour pencils with the case. I think that's a lovely little gift. I've decided this year, instead of buying Easter eggs for Jack and Alice, because Jack doesn't particularly like chocolate. I know, weird, right? And Alice loves it, but she'll get too much of it because she'll just sit there and make herself sick. I'm going to get them gifts instead. And Alice loves crafting, so I think that's going to be her gift. And the same with Matthew and Sammy, the grown-up ones. We've just spent such a lot of money on chocolate that's gone in 10 minutes. I'd rather get them something that they're going to keep. Right, now then, I walked into the studio and went, oh, I like those. I think these are lovely. First thing that came to mind was candles. They are a resin stone tumblers. You're getting 6 of them. They're lovely. I'll tell you what these would be nice for in the bathroom with your toothbrushes in and your toothpaste, wouldn't it? I think that would be lovely. But I'm going to get these and I'm going to make my candles, because I think, so I buy the expensive jar candles, you know, the ones, because I love them. And the reason I love them, and I know you can buy cheaper versions, but you don't get the same perfume all the way through the candle. I like one of those, well, I'll just say, I light a Yankee candle and the whole house is filled with the scent. But I want to start making my own because they are expensive. Unless you get them on a deal, they're really expensive. And tomorrow we've got some wood wicks, you know, like the wooden ones that slightly crackle a little bit. We've got those, and I think these as candles would be beautiful. Again, you could rice paper them if you wanted to. You could stencil onto them, paint them, but I actually think they're really pretty as they are. I think they're lovely. 20% of these are allocated in people's baskets. Now, the best thing about this, you're getting 6 of them. I would expect, well, there's a label on the bottom, look, I'm going to show you. These are an end of line. Should be £4 each. So you're looking at £24 for 6. Not at Highlight Crafts, you're not. 6 for £9.99. 6 for £9.99. That's crazy value for money, right? So £1.50 each would be £9. £1.50, £1.60, about £1.65. I mean, why would you not? They're lovely. They're really nice. And look, they've even got the detail and the texture in. It looks to me like somebody's got varnish on and then got a strung on. 25% of these. I'm not surprised. These are gorgeous, and they're really thick, they're really sturdy, and I think because they haven't got that wide open top to them, they'll burn better because the flame will be protected as it goes down. So 6 of those. That is cracking. I love them. I think they're super pretty. 6 of them.
You had one on your desk for a little while.
Pencil pots.
Yeah, everyone that came past Sam's desk had to pick it up because they're so tactile.
They are lovely. They're super smooth and they're cold, which is lovely, which will be another good thing for your wax because it will help that wax set quicker. But they're really lovely and they're resin. So I think they're superb. Shop Stone, $9.99. Now then, I love this. This reminds me, this makes me smile because it reminds me of my grandma's pantry. You know, when there was pantries in kitchens, my grandma's kitchen was tiny. In fact, it probably wasn't much wider from here to here, and it was probably the length of this, if that. But she had this little pantry that used to go in, and she had all these tins, like proper tins. So she didn't have like a biscuit barrel where you pour them all out and get the lid on. She had tins like this with biscuits in. Honestly, it took me right back. Now, you could paint it, but I actually really like the colour. It's a French grey, so it will go with all different decor. But what I really love is inside. You could vinyl this. If you've got vinyl, you could do this. Look at this. Isn't that lovely? So buy an inexpensive box of biscuits and fill it with the biscuits. I think it just makes me smile. It's $17.99. The code is Shop Tin, but it's a really well made piece of kit. I love it. I love the fact that it just reminds me of that pantry. You could use it for your crafting, so you could have all your different, again, you could have your flowers in there, you could have some dyes in there, you could, whatever you want to fill it with. But it's just, I love it. It's that proper country kitchen vibe, isn't it, with that soft grey. I think they're absolutely lovely. I'll tell you what else it would be really nice for, a baby. So in the nursery, socks, muslin cloths, nappies, vests, bibs, little booties. Oh, gone. I'm not surprised they've gone. Well done if you got those. You'll be really surprised with the quality of those when you get them home. But what a lovely gift for a new mum. Or you could put bath bombs in. You know, when you go into your chemist and they've got the little travel sizes. So anybody I know that ever has a baby, everybody buys for the baby, don't they? I buy for the mum. Because that's the mum that's going to do all the hard work, right? So I always like to get nice beauty stuff at the end. So you could have little socks in there, you could have little candles in there, you could have, I don't know, a headband and a face mask in there. But what a lovely way to present a gift. Somebody gave me that. Even if it was empty, I'd be absolutely delighted. I love them. As soon as I saw it on Stephanie's desk, I was like, oh, I need those in my life. They're lovely. Shop Tin, $17.99, and it's metal, and I love the handle. It just reminds me of, they're not Pyrex jugs, but they were white with a blue rim. The metal dishes that used to bake pies in. It reminds me of that for some reason. So if you want that, $17.99. Right, I'm going to come to this next. Now, I was blown away by these the other day. You're going to get 10 of these. Maybe you need to get organised. Maybe you're somebody that started to work from home during lockdown and you've never gone back into the office. Maybe you've just got loads of papers and books and magazines. Maybe it's all your craft magazines and you need somewhere to store them. Now, we looked online on one of the sites that we found. For 10 of them, it was £52. And I was like, how much? Stephanie went, I know they're really expensive storage boxes like this. They come flat packed and it's a big parcel. I love the fact you've got the handles on the sides of them. I love the fact that you can actually write on what's in the boxes because they've got the lines going around the outside. If you want to decorate them, absolutely crack on. But we've got 10 of them for $29.99, $2.99 each instead of £5.29 each. Go and check them out. Great, aren't they? Go on then.
They fit in the Kallax units.
In the what?
Kallax units from IKEA.
Oh, would they?
Yeah, lots of people have them in their craft rooms.
Oh, the cubes? Yeah, they probably would. Absolutely. But a great way to store your paper as well. I think they're absolutely fabulous. If you want to cover in rice papers, absolutely. Send us pictures. Send us pictures to highlight your creativity. Speaking of which, Andrew has said if he gets 600, what clicks is it? A click, maybe? A vote. So if you go into Highlight Your Creativity Facebook page and find Mitch Walker's post, she said to Andrew, would he do a post-watershed show one night on Scan and Cut. I'm going to present it, get my own back. David's going to produce it, and he says he's going to sit in the seat and just do this all the time. Move on, move on. So he's going to absolutely get his own back. We need to make this happen. So originally it was 1,000 votes. He said he'll think about it when we get to 600. But in my ear he said, listen, it's going to happen.
He loves it.
So he knows he's not going to get away with it. And he's going to be really full of himself because he'll think that he knows more about Scan and Cut than I do, which is hilarious. But he will. So we need to make it happen. So if you go on to our Highlight Your Creativity, find Mitch's post, click it. Once we get to 600, and we're not far off now, we need about another 70 or 80, I think, he will have to do that show. And it'll be after 9 o'clock, and there'll be me and David in the room. So chaos will ensue. Just putting it out there. Right? So anyway, if you want 10 of those, shop file, $29.99. Right, I'm coming round again. Brace yourselves. Ooh, I'm bringing this bag round because this is fab. Now then, this is from Brother. So it's official Brother Scan and Cut merchandise. This is brilliant. So the first thing that you'll notice is I carried it, and when I carried it with the handles at the side. I will not buy a tote bag now that doesn't have the handles on the side, because the difference in doing that on your back or having to do that is huge. That puts a proper strain on your back. Having handles on it is brilliant. You've got the branding on the front. I love the fact that they've done it in kind of a unisex colour in here. So you've got the purple, the teal and the red. You've got the official logo on there. It has a telescopic handle that pulls up at 2 different levels, okay? And it's got 360-degree rollers on it, which is fab. Inside, we're going to open this up. So double zip, open it up. These are brilliant. They've gone to the effort of making that corner work for them. So instead of having a flat pocket like that you're then going to put strain on to get your electrics and all your accessories and your tools, they've made it so that you've got plenty of space in there. So you've got your 2 pockets here. You've also got a pocket here for your mats. You've got another pocket here for your cardstock. You have got pockets on the sides if you want to use those as well. But the best thing is this. Look at this. Look how easy it is to get that Scan and Cut out of there. How many times have you put your hands down and cuticles catch? It's not nice, that, is it? So it has its own little cradle. Love this because it's padded and it's like fleecy. It's really, really well made. You can see with the stitching around here, there's a board in it, listen. So it's stiff, but it's padded. And it's probably got, I would say, a good centimetre of wadding in there as well. The other thing that they've done is they've stitched the handle at the top. So instead of having the wide handle that cuts into your hands, they've gone to the effort of stitching it so it's easy to pick up. And then your Scan and Cut just sits in the middle of it. And when you're ready, you can literally just pop it in here. Now, it doesn't have to be you going out and about with your Scan and Cut. It could be that you don't have a dedicated craft room. Not all of us are lucky to have that. So if you work on the dining room table or the kitchen table and then everyone comes home and you've got to clear everything off and you need somewhere to put it, this is brilliant. Absolutely fabulous. It's shop bag. It's $94.99, but what an investment in your machine. I think it's great. If you go to a Scan and Cut club, anything like that, this is absolutely a really, really well designed and well manufactured, as you would expect from Brother, product. I love the fact that it's on those wheels because that makes it so much easier. You've got a little kick plate at the back like that, and then you will just wheel away. Good, isn't it? Right, I'll put this back up here now. Oh, I love handles on the side. It's so much easier. So much easier. Right, let's lift that back up there. There we go. We're on. Right. Clue number 3. Hannah?
Yeah.
Come here.
Oh no.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. She wouldn't even tell me what the clues were because she wanted me to see it live. Are you ready? Okay, clue number 3, King Louis. Optional. Optional sing. Can we sing? I don't think we can sing it, can we?
Less than 10 seconds, I think we'll probably get
Can we? I want to be like you with the actions. Ready? I want to be like you. Dooba-dooba-dooba-doo. I want to walk like you. Talk like you. There you go. See, I know you told you won't get away with it.
Ruben's favourite song.
I love it. Jungle Book. Me and Matthew, I was really bad because I was still a kid. So we'd jump from furniture to furniture. We'd literally go from the chair to the settee, and during Jungle Book, we were bouncing everywhere. I used to love it. Right, so clue number 1, found in Borneo and Sumatra. Clue number 2, she said, I want you to see your face when you read clue number 2. She got the look. Classified in the genus Pongo. It sounds like something out of 101 Dalmatians. Bingo. Pongo. And question number 3, King Louis. I want to be like you. Ooh, ooh. Here was one. I love that film. Best film ever. I haven't seen the live action because I don't want it to spoil the original.
It's not as good as the original.
And no, the original was absolutely fabulous. Right, let's say hello to some of you. Let's have a look. Fran Mansfield says, crazy bonkers. Karen Cowell says, this is not children's TV for anyone who has just joined. Really? Are we in the wrong place? Yeah. Oh dear. Dawn says she needs another one for her embroidery machine. Right, that'd be a great bag for the embroidery machine. You've got, Jonathan says, well, bonkers. True. Can't argue with that one. It's better than being normal though, right? What's normal?
No, don't know.
Setting on a washing machine, I think, right? Don't do normal. Oh, Dawn Goodall. Hubby said, I recognise that trolley. That's medical grade packaging. There you go. The bag would also be good for taking sewing machines to clubs. Absolutely. The bag on wheels would make a brilliant craft storage bag if going to workshops or to a friend's for a craft along. Also, if you go to craft shows, brilliant way to carry all the goodies you buy. Brilliant way to hide them. Just saying. What happened to everything Mary tote bags, Mel? Are they still going? I don't know, Lorraine. I think so, probably. I would have thought so, but I like that. I like this one. I know, I might have to treat myself to that. So you've got all of these, lovely. Carol, good afternoon. Michelle, Terry Kim, Fran, Dawn, Karen, Carol Lewis. Now then, if you're going out and about over the summer, as we go into spring and summer, I need you to take us with you, because we like a day out. So you can watch us on your tablet, on your phone. You can be in the car, obviously not when you're driving. Please don't try and watch us while you're driving. And I know you won't because you're grown-ups, but you know what it's like. You have to say these things. But take us with you. I want to get a map of the UK, Hannah.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
I want to put it on the wall. And everybody that goes out and about and takes us with them, I want to put a pin in it, and we'll see how many different places in the UK that all our lovely friends at home visit.
With a little live shopping logo.
With a little live shopping logo. Can we make that happen?
Make that happen.
Okay, I'll put that on your...
Hashtag and everything.
Will you give me a hashtag and everything?
I'll make it.
We'll make that happen. Shall we make that happen? Because I love that idea. Even if you just sat in the garden having a glass of wine,
100%.
right? Feet up, having an afternoon off. Watch us. I love that because you can watch us wherever you go. Can't get away from us. We know where you are. Right, let's do a recap for you. So, first of all, this. If you haven't got these yet, or even if you have, get them while we've got them. I don't know how many times we can keep getting these and selling them out. They are brilliant. This is a game changer. Instead of buying Cut Tidy at $9.99 for, so say £10 for 5 sheets, you're getting 250 of these wallets. Cut them in half that way, okay? So that'll be 500. That's 100 pack. Oh, hang on, no, I got that wrong before, didn't I? Oh no, they're A4. No, to be fair, A4. So 5 of them, A4, you get 50 packs. £10 each, £500 of Cut Tidy. Love it, and it's really good. It makes such a massive difference. And our Crafty Lou, who's on our design team, our Lou Patton, she bought these, and she has used half of one for 2 months. imagine all the die cutting that she does as a design team member, half of one, and it's still going strong after 2 months. These are going to last you a long, long time. They're brilliant. Also, if you've got one of those bag sealers, you know, that you get for the freezer, you can use that on there. So you could create your own pockets if you wanted to. If you're doing scrapbook pages, you could do that and put them in here. Comes with the bag. You get 250 of the pockets and the bag. Shop pocket, $12.99. If you want a little set of drawers, aren't they lovely? I love these. I think they're super sweet. This would be nice on either in a hallway as you come in, and you can pop all your keys in there. Like Stephanie said this morning, where as you come in, you can pop your keys in a dish. I heard Hannah go, yeah, you don't want to say that. That's a whole different show, that, Stephanie. It just really made me laugh. Something that will make you laugh, and I want you to search this because it's hilarious, and you'll need to listen to it a couple of times because you miss bits. It's the wife swapping scenario that Victoria Wood did. It's absolutely hilarious. You will cry laughing. Go on YouTube and search Victoria Wood wife swapping sketch. It's brilliant. So for your keys, and also for your jewellery at night. So if you're somebody that takes off your jewellery at night, you take your watch off and your rings and your bracelets and your necklaces, this would be a lovely little jewellery box just on your bedside cabinet. You could paint it, varnish it, rice paper it. It's really, really lovely. Shop drawer, $10.99. Now we're going to come to these storage boxes now. These are your large ones. You get 3 of them in here. So you get the really large one. I was talking about these the other day and now lids disappear. Every time I buy these, I go home and there's box cases but no lids. It drives me crazy. So 3 of them. These are a decent size. They've also got this extra strength in the bottom, which is good. So it doesn't matter if you're using these in the, maybe using them in your craft room, maybe using them in the garage or the shed. You get 3 of them. These sizes, shop triple, $15.99. Okay, so $15.99 is going to get you 3 of those. I would have a glitter station, an embossing powder, and what else would I put in that one? I would probably store those little pots of mica powders that we had on the other day because they need storing somewhere, don't they? So all 3 of those for $15.99, shop triple. If you want a smaller version of that, there's 3 of them in here, slightly smaller to start with, but we need all different sizes, don't we, for different things. These are great. So 3 of these. This is shop storage for $9.99. Love stuff like this. Just gets stuff off your desk, doesn't it? And gets it put away. Because we all end up, it doesn't matter how big a table we have. And it's funny because when we teach festivals and classes, everyone says the same thing. How can I start off with such a big desk and end up working in 6-inch square? We all do it. Believe you me, we all do it. So if you want that one, that is shop storage, $9.99. Right, how are we doing on these, Hannah? Because these, for me, are the star of the show. I love these.
We are approaching half.
Okay, we're approaching half of the stock of these. I love these. They're a resin. It's shop stone. You're going to get 6 of them. Even the varnish that's been put over the top has got almost like a pattern to them. What? What have I done now? No, I wasn't in first this morning. Did I take it home last night? Did I take it back last night? What did I do last night? I didn't take it home last night because you had it. So no, I haven't got it. Let me just check. I've got blinking Turkish lira. I mean, good grief. Oh, I have got it. There you go.
Hooray! 2 nights in a row!
Ready? Well held. I went in my coat pocket because I had to put my coat back on today because it was raining. I was like, flipping heck. I went, oh, I've got some. Oh, no, I went, no, it's from Turkey in December. Sweeteners, pen, lip balm, pass, honestly. This pocket is like my lifesaver. Right, so 6 of these. I love it. It's not a pattern, but it's a texture, but they're super smooth. These for candles. Now, Stephanie and I have got a candle making show tomorrow, which is very exciting. And these will be lovely. Because they're narrower at the top, they'll burn properly, because what you need to do, so when I burn my Yankee candles, I have one of those bases that's like a plate, and then you put the lid on the top, you know, it's like, and then it burns through, but it doesn't let the scent get out as much, I've noticed. These will be lovely because they're not too big, so you can burn them right across the surface, probably within, I don't know, half an hour, and then just let it burn down properly. Toothbrushes, you know, things like that, pen pots on your desk. Get all the stuff somewhere, 6 of them. Now, they should be £4 each because there's a label on the bottom that tells me they should. So they were made for a company. This is the end of the lines. You're getting 6 of them for £9.99. Not £24, for £9.99. They're lovely. They're resin and they're really cold. So what will happen when you pour your wax in is it will, what's the word? Solidify. Quicker. Look at me, solidify. I know, check me out. So 6 of them for £9.99. Fancy some little glass jars? Could be that you make your own jams or your own chutneys or your own marmalades. I used to make lemon curd when I was little, and we used to sell them at a little craft fairs. We used to sell loads of them. It was really great. Cut a little bit of fabric. So cut a circle of fabric and put it over the top with a little elastic band. Nice little tag on. I think these are fab. But it might be that you want to store things like paper clips and, you know, your little bulldog clips or your metal embellishments, things like that. You're getting 6 of them. Shop jar for £8.99. Cute, aren't they? I think they're just, these remind me of my grandma's pantry as well. She used to have loads of little bits, you know, little bits of stuff. Love things like that. Shop jar, £8.99. If you want to treat yourself to some watercolour pencils, or maybe a member of your family or friends, Shop Pencil is going to get you 24 of the watercolour pencils. So you've got a really nice colour palette in there, from pastels to brights and neutrals in there. Comes in its nice little box as well. 24 of them with the case, and the case is really nicely made. And it's also got one of these tabs on. So if you are going to put this on your shelf like that, instead of having to get your hands in between everything, you can literally pull it out with that tab. Or you could clip it onto something if you're out and about. My dad used to have something like this because he was a member of Blackburn Artists. And instead of going out and taking, like, he had paints in his, instead of taking a big box, he just used to have this as when he went out to paint outside. Shop Pencil, £9.99. Now then, this is a cracking deal for you. You're going to get 10 of our small Craftmaster wallets, whether you store your dies in there, your stencils, because stencils get everywhere, don't they? They're slippy and they slide around and you can't control them. So you're going to get 10 of the small ones, you're going to get 8 of the medium, you're going to get 6 of the large, and you're going to get 4 of the extra large. So you've got, I've already forgotten how many you get, so you're getting 10, 18, 28. 28 of them. This should be $39.99. We're doing them today, Shop Mega, for $19.99. This is when you stock up on the boring bit of craft, right? When we've got them on a deal. Right, one last thing, let me recap my tin, because I love this tin. I think it's just fabulous. You've got 9 compartments in there. Now you go out and buy a box of biscuits, open them up, put the biscuits in the tin. You could get some vinyl, so if you've got your scan and cut, you could put biscuits across the front and you could give that as a gift. I also do think that as a nursery gift, this will be lovely, because little socks, little booties, muslin cloths, little nappy sacks and all that kind of thing in there. I think this will be lovely for a new mum. You could put hand cream in there as well. I just think it's fabulous. It's really well made. It takes me back to my grandma's pantry. I think it's super cute. You personalise it as you wish, but Shop Tin will get you that for $17.99. It's lovely. It just looks really classy. And I love the colour. It's called a French grey. I think it's really pretty. Right, shall we draw a winner, Hannah? So, did you get it? Did you get the clues? Number 1 was found in Borneo and Sumatra, classified in the genus Pongo, and King Louis, from the Jungle Book, I Want to Be Like You, was one of them. So the answer was orangutan. I love orangutans. I love them. They fascinate me. I was telling Hannah before, there's a little video once of a clip of a lake. There's an orangutan sanctuary in Borneo, and this lady went down by the river purposely with this piece of cloth, and she's like this trying to wash it in the river. This orangutan spots her like this and just goes away, and then comes back and watches her again, goes across the river, gets hold of this cloth with a stone and starts doing this on the stone, showing her how to wash it. I was like, fucking heck, just amazing. Right, so our winner is
Mary Dean.
Mary Dean. Right, Mary, let's see what you're going to win. Hannah, left or right?
Left.
Left. Right, we've got this one. Ready? Going to spin. Ready, go.
Good spin. 3.
Oh, controversial. Number 3. Goodie bag.
Yay!
Can I just say, Diane did new ones.
Oh, she did new ones.
None of them that say, hard luck, try again.
She was the one who wanted the dog.
So I've gone left or right. I've got 2. So you get to choose. You say goodie bag. That's the best prize, right? Messages, please, help@Highlight Crafts, and we will get that sorted out and in the post for you as soon as we can. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. I really, really, really appreciate your company. First thing tomorrow morning, it's myself and Stephanie with Cadence. We've got Jamie Rogers in tomorrow. We've also got candle making, and at 6 o'clock tomorrow night, I've got a cracking, outrageous outlet. So join us tomorrow if you can, and don't forget, if you're going out and about, take us with you, and then message in during the show and tell me where you are. I'm going to get a map put up. We can put all little pins in it. Thank you. Have a lovely rest of your evening. Thank you from us here at Highlight Crafts, as ever, for your support and loyalty. We really, really do appreciate every single one of you. Have a lovely night. See you tomorrow.